are hiding beneath the veil of democracy. The web of lies, the motivated twisting of facts, the building of false narratives, none of this happens overnight. It begins at the top, in the corridors of power, but the results, they're seen in the streets indeed. Okay, ma'am, I'd like you to raise your right hand, please. Would you raise your left hand, please? Now, would you put both of your hands down? Thank you. Now, this is what a dictator does. He creates a mob that has its own constitution. It drafts its own orders and directives and identifies a prey to whom they have to order. And if not fulfilled, God knows you might end up in prison. But please don't worry, I won't put you in prison, I promise that. News channels have worked tirelessly to kill India's democratic ideals and have trained their viewers to watch only a particular kind of TV where nothing is demanded of them, except for a willing and complete suspension of belief, of course. But does it bother anyone enough? Definitely not. Who cares that the Shaheen Bagh protesters were put in jail under some false charges? Who cares that people were made to fight for their own citizenship? Who considers the fact that people abroad might be definitely advancing in research, but our college students are heckling the girls wearing hijab and hoisting saffron flags in the education institutions, although the men in the constitutional offices proudly flaunt their saffron robes? Do you still consider the fact that farmers were left to nothing on the roads of national capital's border for one entire year? Oh, come on. All these protesters were given the right to protest by our own constitutions, and they were made to face water cannons, bombs, and then termed as terrorists and Khalistanis. If this is not done by the autocratic-faced governments, then what is? But congratulations. We are among the least happy countries of the world, failing pretty bad at economic development indicators, banks and airports privatized, dissenters arrested, judiciary compromised, ruling party leaders give hate speech provoking a carnage. What is it? An undeclared emergency? Just to let you know, I'm not anti-BJP or anti-Congress or anti-XYZ political party. I'm anti-dictatorship. They might want you to go back and blame the other governments for what all happened 20, 30 years back. But as long as no one is holding the present governments accountable for what all they're doing, trust me, they're more than empowered to sabotage the virtues of our nation. And I'd like to ask you all a question. After all this propaganda is being promoted, will you still stand up for our democratic rights? Yes, indeed. I hope this response suffices my judgments that do we really want to be under the power of those who are hiding beneath the veil of democracy, or actually stand up for the people, stand up for our democratic rights and block the cessation of being a responsible citizen. Remember, a country with children who can't question elders becomes a society of adults who can't question leaders. Start questioning. When the opposition is meant to be the people's voice, why are they branded as anti-nationals? When the journalists are meant to question upon the country's progress, why are they branded as socialists? I ask, when the entire country has been unknowingly involved in the national project of instilling fear among the public, then why is our government still branded as democratic? There's dead silence today, but public consciousness will come awake tomorrow, and when it does, people will want to know that how India can remain a great power if its media is a willing slave to the authority. The news anchors and the mobs are the hired thugs of the establishment, and the leaders are the dictators of the robo-public. Now is the time to take a side, citizen or a robot, democracy or tyranny. The choice is yours. Think. And I'd like to end this all by saying, जब जब पापी जुल्म करेगा सत्ता के गलियारों से, चप्पा चप्पा गूंज उठेगा इनकलाब के नारों से. Thank you so much.